Good morning, gamers! Welcome back to the next stream. Time for a bit more run and bun, I would say. We are out of the Aqua hideout, we are out of the Magma hideout already. And now it is time to swim to Most Deep City. We'll have some fights on the way. 3 exactly mandatory fights. And I have planned this 3 fights. I was also thinking about catching a new encounter on Route 124. Because we have a pretty good chance for Besco Legion there. And I would like to have one more Ghost Pokemon. But we will not do that. The problem is this can final Gambit actually. I checked the moveset and stuff like that. And yeah, thankfully I'm checking that right now. I mean, we are in the late game. I don't want to do any stupid mistakes at least. And yeah, it would be like... even if I get that Besco Legion, it can just like final Gambit. And then it's basically -1 encounter. So we will just let this route open for now. And we have basically 2 Protectmons on low level right now. I hope it's enough for the Tantalizer Gym. Everything else is on 85 because that is the new level cap. And we also need Crawdon for this fight. So yeah, let's hope that yeah, we will be fine with the levels. Now. No. We have 3 fights. We are starting straight up this stream with a double battle, basically. So we are not getting a break, but we should be fine in this fight, pretty likely. We have 5 mons, what I basically need for this fight. And I will bring a backup. Like, I have some mons in my box, what can, at this point of the game, kinda die. Xatu is, I think, one of those mons, because I also have Siggy, and yeah, I was risking Dreadnought anyways. Lantern saved alive from Dreadnought. Amungus, I think that these are mons, they can actually die at this point, if we need a sacrifice or, you know. 15 deaths right now is pretty good, I would say, pretty decent at least. So we have a lot of options, and yeah, I would say let's straight up prep the fight. We need the Iron Ball here because, let me just check that again. Pretty sure we will probably get a level up. I don't want to risk that. I didn't calc the experience. But I will just give an Iron Ball here. We have 6 candies and 2 scales for the Tantalizer Gym. I don't need this for the last 3 fights here right now. And these 3 fights are the last fights basically what are mandatory till the Most Deep City. I also know, by the way, that we can kinda, with a trick, get the Shoal Cave encounter without doing the fight. I need to figure out how it exactly works, because I know kinda how it works, but I don't want to do stupid mistakes, of course. And yeah, we have the Black Belt on my Heracross. Now we will have a Dragon Fang. On Pult, we have the Mega Item on Beedrill. We have just, it doesn't really matter though, a Magnet on Togedemaru, and yeah, Citrus Berry just for the safety, because that is just your safety basically. And with that, we are basically ready to go. Let me set up the team in the calc pretty quickly. Crawdon slot 1 is actually also correct. We also need to pre-burn Heracross before we start basically. Beedrill, Dragapult, Togedemaru. That's the 5 mons we basically need for this fight. Okay. So, pre-burn for the Guts boost. And quick check again that we have the Iron Ball on my Crawdon. Could be the case. Yes, exactly. Black Belt, pre-burnt Dragon Fang, Beedrill need Magnet, and here we fucking go. Alright. So, I cannot say it's a super short stream. I don't think this fight will take long, but it will be probably a short stream. So, yeah. Just making sure, I'm pretty sure the repel is actually active right now. Just the repel was active. Just want to make sure that we don't encounter anything here right now. So, yeah. And there is the fight. So yeah, we would be able to catch the encounter before this fight, but yeah, we'll just not go for the encounter. Like I said, it would be a waste. Like, it could be a waste, at least. And also, because it is level 72 already, we would not have a Spirit Shackle. We would have Poltergeist, and yeah, I think getting a Basculine or Basculegion early is way better. It's a really strong Pokemon in my opinion. But yeah, right now it's not that worth it anymore. So, Incursion lead with Greninja here. Electric Train will go up. And Greninja and Pincurchin both are seeing a kill on Crawdon right now. We will protect. We will just do it pretty simple, like we play double battles, and kill this Pincurchin with a close combat before it can do anything. This is exactly Grass Knot on my Crawdon from Greninja. Yep. Close combat will kill this Pincurchin now before it can do anything. And even after the special defensive and defensive drop, we will never bait any moves from Greninja here, what is really important. Now we're getting a lot of experience. We would get a level up mid-fight, I'm pretty sure about that. And we have a speed tie otherwise with a Pokemon here, so we need to be careful with that. Rillaboom wants to use Grassy Glide on my Crawdon here. So Crawdon will switch out to Beedrill, and my Heracross will kill with X-Scissor the Rillaboom. This is double grass move on my Beedrill, and we are never there to double crit here. That's also really important, of course. So Beedrill will switch in, Grassy Glide on. This will do a ton of damage, but we never die to double crit here. And there's a Grass Knot, and with that, my Beedrill is safe. X-Scissor kills this Rillaboom. And with that, we have one side down, basically. Okay. Now we will kill this Greninja with a U-turn to position ourselves for the next incoming Pokemon. Because the AI is looking on Beedrill right now, so we will switch on the Beedrill side to something what we want to have for the baits again. We will U-turn on Greninja. This is a grass type right now. We always kill this with U-turn. And Heracross will switch out to Pult. Beedrill will U-turn into Crawdon, so we will always bait in Delmise for the next turn. Mega Evolution, we have faster, Dynamic Speed will activate for this Greninja. And U-turn will always kill this Greninja now. We will go to Crawdon, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we will get a level up with Crawdon. So yeah, because Crawdon will get the experience. Yeah, there you fucking go. That's what I mean. And we would have a speed tie, I think, now with Delmise without the Iron Ball, and that's pretty ugly. So this is Power Whip or Grassy Glide here now. We will protect and just Dragon Darts. Yeah, Grassy Glide is fine. Dragon Darts, it needs to go for the slow kill always here, of course, on my Crawdon. For the fast kill, sorry. And even if this is Grassy Glide, by the way, it's fine. We will go to Togedemaru. We are never there to a crit here on Togedemaru, and Dragon Darts will just kill this Delmise. It needs to always go my Crawdon again. Yeah, it's was just going for Power Whip. It's gonna be fine. Kill this Delmise. Togedemaru switch in for the next Pokemon so we can use a nice Fake Out, because this is Fukusash Clavitza. So we will Fake Out this Clavitza and Dragon Darts this Clavitza, and because it's slower, it will just die to Pult after that anyways. That's completely fine. We Zing Zap, Dragon Darts. Dragon Darts will kill us anyways. Okay, that's the first fight. That was the first fight. Pretty easy, I would say. Okay, time for the second fight. Okay, let's heal up pretty quickly. My mons. We have Togedemaru for the next fight as well in the team. Okay. Togedemaru was kinda AFK for some fights for sure. It's still a really good Pokemon for the entire game, you can say. Especially my one. Last speed is actually pretty strong. So we will have Gyarados here for a pivot. We need the right items to make sure that we, to make sure that we bait the exact thing what we want to have basically. So this is always you and Torterra. Now we will have 2 single battle fights. So we will have the life orb on my Togedemaru. We just will give a Citrus Berry to my Gyarados because this is a pivot anyways only. We will have the Muscle Band on my Excadrill, Miracle Seed on Roserade, Silver Powder, on Golly, and Soft Sand on my Torterra. So Togedemaru lead, Gyarados for the pivot, Excadrill. Technically, usually I think you can also lead with Excadrill, but I can't do it, sadly. I can't do it because I scaled speed and I'm faster than the lead, and that's in my case it is bad. But I have a different lead, so that's completely fine. Okay. So export. Just checking the range one more time. Yeah. Oh, I was really scared because the Psychic Terrain was still up in the card. That's obviously not the case. Okay. Not even sure where the fight actually is exactly. Don't want to run into a wrong... There, I think it has to be this fight. Life Orb, Citrus Berry, Muscle Band, Miracle Seed, Silver Powder, Soft Sand. Okay, so this is a Focus Sash Unburden Slowpoke lead. The reason, I will just explain that, because that's funny. I scaled Excadrill speed in the Magma Hideout for that Magmortar back then. And now I would be faster than the Slowpoke because of the scaling speed. Otherwise, you could just like slow Rapid Spin on the guaranteed Sticky Webs, because this will use Sticky Webs here, and then just kill it with Iron Head. But this is not possible. And we want to obviously not have the Sticky Webs here. This is really important. We have a different option here with Togedemaru. So we can use Fake Out here. And we exactly need the Life Orb for that as well. So we will Fake Out to break the Focus Sash, but not proc the Unburden boost, because with that, the Focus Sash is not procced, basically. And Iron Head always kills this after the Fake Out chip damage. Life Orb is required for the range of. Should always bait in now for the slow kill Nidoqueen. For Earth Power or Fire Blast. Sheer Force, Timid Nature, Life Orb, of course. So we will pivot one time here to Gyarados on this Fire Blast or Earth Power. That's my only Intimidate mon as well, by the way, right now. So we need to be a bit careful. Intimidate is always powerful for stuff like that. Generally, not for stuff like that, because we don't need Intimidate for this situation right now. But yeah, Intimidate generally can be really powerful, especially with A and Elamo mons. And you can also change the moves, what you will bait and stuff like that. Okay, we will use EQ Kill this now with Excadrill. This will now always bait in Wailord, what can basically boom, but it cannot boom on my Excadrill, because it sees a kill with Water Spot and with Hydro Pump here. So usually you don't want to bait it like that, but I can do it super safe, because Roserade is never dead to a crit. And we are holding the Miracle Seed not for this Wailord, basically. We are holding it for something later on. Yeah, that's completely fine. We will Magical Leaf kill this, but that we will not get a drop with a Leaf Storm. And we show a fast 2-hit KO to Snorlax as well with that. We show a fast kill to Arzo. This needs to go exactly Snorlax now. And Snorlax can't use Belly Drum on the switch in. Because this is Belly Drum, Snorlax with Custard Berry. This is a bit dangerous. But because it would just die to Leaf Storm, basically the air will not go for Belly Drum here. So what we're gonna do here is we will go to Togedemaru on the guaranteed Body Slam. My Togedemaru is never dead to a crit here, even after the chip damage we got, basically. Yeah. Iron Barb's damage, and this will not use Belly Drum now, because it have a slow kill with Hammer Arm, and it have a kill with Darkest Lariat, I see. So Darkest Lariat could also be the case. We will go to Golly now. Most likely it is Hammer Arm, but yeah. It could be Darkest Lariat for sure. So we are holding a Silver Powder here, because with that we have a fast 2-hit KO here as well with First Impression. We can only use one time First Impression, but yeah. That's enough. For First Impression. With that, the next turn the Custard Berry will proc. Can I kill this with Sucker Punch right now? Sucker Punch crit is 32% max. This is not 32%. We can check that out pretty quickly. This is not 32%. This is something like 40%. So we can Sucker Punch without danger, because we don't want to kill this, basically with my Golly. So we Sucker Punch for the small amount of chip damage, because this is Custard Berry now. And this will always proc my emergency exit button. We never die with Golly to a Body Slam crit here. Yeah. Body Slam. Emergency exit. We go to Torterra, and with that the fight is done, because the Custard Berry is just gone now. We EQ kill the Snorlax. The last Pokemon in the back is Arzo with Belly Drum, Ice Punch, Aqua Jet, and Play Rough. It has Citrus Berry as well, but the good news is that's why Wood Hammer is always a move you should always take, at least. I think I didn't use Wood Hammer a lot in this run, but Wood Hammer is really nice for showing kills. Wood Hammer will always straight up kill this, so this is forced to use Aqua Jet always here, because I'm faster. Exactly. So it will just spam Aqua Jet. This is the best abuse you can have, basically, for stuff like that. This is Citrus Berry, right? Yeah, completely fine. We could also use Wood Hammer here, basically, to kill this Arzo. But, yeah. I don't know. There's no reason, basically, like we can see. But yeah, Wood Hammer would also just kill this, and we never die to, like... So yeah, if you just want to be a bit faster, you can just, like, throw a Wood Hammer here. And then you're not stalling this fight, basically. But yeah, like we can see, Torterra is never in danger here against this Arzo. Choo-choo! And now we have the last fight, and that is an interesting fight because it was looking really scary on the paper. And then I just realized something. I just realized something what is really interesting. Basically, a small spoiler, Beedrill sweeps this fight. I just need a small setup on the start. That's it. Beedrill fucking sweeps this fight. So we need 4 mons because we need some pivots. We need some pivots, but yeah. Beedrill will just destroy this fight. Completely. Alone. Nearly alone. Needs a small amount of help from Dragapult. A small amount of help for pivots. I will also explain why we need these pivots, basically. And we also need Crawdont. And then the last Pokemon is Beedrill. And then, let's hope I'm able to... Like, there are some optionals. I hope they are, like, yeah, pretty easy skippable. They will be probably also, like, vanilla set. But yeah, I don't want to mess with the optionals, even if we don't need to. So, Life Orb on my Dragapult. Citrus Berry on my Lantern. And Citrus Berry on my Crawdont. Now... Beedrill need, of course, on Beedrill, and that's it. We don't need anything else for this fight. So Dragapult is the lead. Exactly. With Life Orb. Okay. Just double checked. I checked that as well already before. But you know, like, don't want to do a mistake here, of course, but yeah. Beedrill is completely destroying this fight. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah, and that is the last fight of the stream. I think we can reach Most Deep City after that. And yeah, then I will check for the next stream if we can catch the encounter in Shoal Cave without having too much troubles. And then that's the next goal, basically. And the next goal is obviously the Tate and Liza gym, of course, the Most Deep City gym. What is one of the hardest parts in the game. Everything will be a double battle in the fight. But yeah, so Indeedee lead with a Psychic Search. So yeah, Psychic terrain will be up here. And this is also Focus Sash. But Dragapult is always a nice lead for stuff like that. So Dragon Dart's Life Orb will always kill this Indeedee. Straight up. And because of the Life Orb as well, I'm showing a kill to everything in the back. Outside of Primarina. And that's why it needs to be exactly Primarina here. Because there's also a Weavile in the back, by the way. But yeah. And there's a small problem here. Okay, and I realized that, thankfully. There's a small problem, and that's why we cannot hard Beedrill here. So this is Sing, Training Kiss, or some overlapping roles with Psychic as well, because of the Psychic terrain. So this can technically Psychic on the switch-in. And we cannot afford that. And that's why we will go to Lantern first. On Sing, Training Kiss, or Psychic. There's a Training Kiss. That was the most likeliest thing outside of Sing. But to be honest, we cannot afford and risk that, because my Beedrill will just die because of the Psychic terrain, straight out to a Psychic. This is always Psychic now. We'll go to Crawdont. Or Sing, that's also completely fine, of course. And now, this is guaranteed Training Kiss. This is guaranteed Training Kiss, never Hyper Voice. And even it got the special attack boost, it's fine. It's fine. So we go to Beedrill because it is exactly only draining Kiss even after the special attack boost. Yeah. Critical hit is fine, like we can see, and we will always kill this now with Poison Jab. And Beedrill starts the sweep here. So we will Poison Jab, kill this Primarina. Now the setup is done, and my Crawdont will, my Beedrill will sweep the entire fight. So Poison Jab, kill this Primarina. And because I see a fast kill on everything in the back, it will just go super simple team order. And with that, it will be Flapple for the next switch in. There's the Flapple. And Flapple will just die to Leech Life. We could also Poison Jab, we could also U-turn, but yeah, we want to stay in, there's no reason to U-turn. Because Beedrill will just sweep this fight now. This is Alakazam with Life Orb, but Beedrill is faster, and Beedrill kills this with nearly every move here, which is Poison Jab. This is Weavile now, and Weavile is obviously most of the time really dangerous, but my Beedrill is faster. And usually you would be really careful with, like, you are being pursued, trapped and stuff like that. But yeah, Leech Life just kills. And now we have Slowbro last with the Psychic Seed, what will increase the special defensive. But it will not save Slowbro here, because we don't really care about your special defensive actually. Because Leech Life will just kill you. So Leech Life, kill this Slowbro before I can do anything. And with that, it's a super simple Beedrill sweep here. Okay, I will run back one time to heal up my mons. So hopefully I will not run into a fight. And just reach Most Deep City basically without running into a fight. And that's it then for the stream. We are also basically one fight for a mega item, but that is optional. You don't need to do that fight basically if you don't want to have the mega item. And then you have also this double battle outside of the Shoal Cave. But you can kinda basically ignore that if you lead with only one Pokemon. I just need to check how it exactly works. That's not speed here. Okay, there's the optional. I mean, Dragapult will just, like, most of the time destroy the optionals anyways. But yeah, there is Most Deep City. With that, we reached Most Deep City. And we are here. Okay. That's it. That's it for the stream. Short stream, and in the next stream we can start with the Tantalizer Gym. Oh my goodness. Alright. Keep in mind, you will see sometimes only one fight or two fights, maybe. Maybe one fight, maybe two fights in the Tantalizer Gym, because these fights are really hard. I need to prep them, obviously, carefully. And let's see, maybe we will catch the Shoal Cave encounter before the gym. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next stream.